Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs, and this is a Gundam Battle Operation 2 test drive of the Engage Zero INCOM equipped type. The INCOMs look very much like Zetafied Zeong hands attached to the arms, if that's indeed what those weapons are. Actually, I take it back, because those round things on the backpack gotta be the INCOMs. Especially since that looks kind of like a prototype of I want to say Dovin Wolf's backpack, kind of. So yeah, that's my guess. I'd kind of like it if the big handguns were also in comms, but we'll see what we got. Wrong button. There we go. Okay, so just for starts, it is a 500 cost support. It is usable on ground or in space. It has melee priority 1. It has space compatibility, so better boost efficiency and a few other perks in space. 17,000 hit points, 15 ballistic resistance, 27 beam resistance, 12 melee resistance, range strength of 40, melee strength of 10, movement speed of 125, high speed maneuver boost speed of 185, thruster gauge of 75, and turn speed of 63. 7 close range slots, 16 medium, and 13 long range. Enhancement list. Extra point of beam defense at 570 points. At 1140, 1 point of ranged power. 1 point of thruster capacity at 1520. Extra expansion slots, 1 in each location at 1900. If you pay a bunch of DP and enhancement kits and break the first barrier, you get 5 more points of beam defense. If you pay a bunch more DP and enhancement kits and break the second barrier and get to 5,700 points, I forgot to mention the 3,800 points part that goes with all that for the first tier. Top tier is +5 range strength, so that would make its... You get all that, and its default range strength is 46. I don't think that's bad. Also make its default beam defense, let's see, 33? Yeah, also not bad. Okay, so for weapons, the 6 barrel megaparticle cannon, I only see 5. Of course, it may be the angle. Either way, 200 damage per shot. I'm assuming that's for each barrel. 38% heat rate when fired. I'm hoping that's for all the barrels together. 300 meter range, cooldown time 8/10 of a second. Overheat is 15 seconds. Charge time is 3. Normal fire, fast projectiles that don't suppress. Focused fire can stagger enemy. So yeah, fairly standard. Again, very much like the Zeong or Bishop's handguns. Let's see. Engage Zero INCOM type beam saber has an attack power of 2100 and a cooldown time of 2.5 seconds. It's just a beam saber. Head Vulcans are 90 damage per round, 40 rounds, reload time 8 seconds, range 175 meters. Like I've said before, that cooldown time doesn't mean anything because there's a lot of different rates of fire you can get out of 0.0 second cooldown. Okay, and okay, yes, there is a wire-guided version of the 6-barrel megaparticle cannon, so it does have a basically an INCOM equivalent attack. I still think from the look from that illustration that these... No, it does show 6 beams going across too, so I'm guessing that it has another thumb. I'll look at that in a second, because I am now curious, but... Yep, okay, yeah, it is hold down the attack button to select target, release to fire an attack from the wrist. Unfortunately, since the Engage Zero doesn't have a beam rifle, that will tie up its primary weapon, unfortunately. Which, not the worst news, but it would be nice if you could put a beam rifle in the perfectly ordinary hands it also has and let it fire that. Let me make sure. Nope, no weapon options for either of the main slots. And then INCOM beam cannon, 600 per shot. I have a feeling they shoot multiple times. 60% heat rate when fired, range 275 meters. Cooldown time, half a second. Overheat, 12 seconds. Yep, same thing. Lock on and release to attack a target. Okay, so we are going to put the INCOM beam cannons back there. And here is the skill set. It has level 2 high performance radar, so it has a 400-meter radar range. Observational data link, so it will show you the hit points of enemies while on the field. Anti-jamming level 2, so nullifies enemy jamming of level 2 or less. And if it has jamming level 3, it will reduce the jamming range to 150 meters. Also reduces reaction and stagger due to cumulative damage, as well as radar jam time from enemy EMP blast support requests. Those only really come up in the plus modes, but you do have a little bit of extra defense against them if you go into one of those. Has high performance aerospace gimbal level 1, or gimbal. Apparently that is a regional thing. If you're in the UK, it's one. If you're in America, it's the other. I don't know which is which. But yeah, it gives you a wider firing angle when you're in space. You can look further up or down. Anti-blast, so it can be next to something when when they explode and won't get heavy staggered. High performance balancer, not super common for a support. So yeah, it can cancel its boost in melee. High spec AMBAC level 2, that's default with space compatibility. As long as you don't change directions at the end of your boost, you will not go into the braking animation and be able to just segue into melee or whatever else you want a little quicker. Level 1 forced injector, which lets you change directions, but it is a little bit inefficient in terms of boost. You'll probably get 1 or 2 redirects during a boost, and then overheat. Overload. Press the touchpad to fully recover all weapon heat gauges and enter overload mode for a time. Heat rate of your used weapon decreases 35% during skill activation. When this ends, relevant weapons enter a long overheat state, can't be reactivated. So you can basically activate all of its INCOMs and things and its handguns and fire them a lot for a short period. It's level 2, so hopefully a slightly longer period. And when it's all done, all of your beam weapons will, ranged beam weapons, I should say, will be overheated for, I think, 3 times as long as usual. So that will mean that you will have Vulcans and a beam saber after you use that. So it is definitely a last-ditch thing, at least in my opinion. I'm sure there are going to be people who can make good use of it. I doubt I am one. Back add-on buffer, so if you hit its backpack, it has a 15% damage reduction. Okay, so we are going to take this into the normal stage, that being, pardon the chair squeak, I bet that came through, that being Mass Driver Facility 500, and we're going to test out all its everything, hopefully. And it's weird that the load times on a single-player training session tend to be longer than the ones to get into a match. Okay, so it hovers, first off. We're gonna... Let's see, we're gonna start on the Zoc so we can gauge some stun values on things. But yeah, it's relatively quick on its feet for a support. Okay, so yeah, 6-barrel gun. It looks like if everything hits, you get about 1260, and it takes about 3 shots to stun a Zoc, which not too bad, and it will do it. So let's see, charging and almost a full stun on a Zoc with a charged shot. That is honestly pretty good. And something I want to check here real quick. We'll just do it at this angle. Yeah, I do see red marks on the building back there. So in addition to stun, I'm pretty sure the charged gun, handguns also pierce. Which makes sense, because I'm betting they will in INCOM mode as well. Vulcan's pretty quick, not super damaging, but fast enough to stun a Zoc if you need to. Can be used while boosting, of course. Main weapon, of course, cannot. Alright, let's see. It does not have melee combo controller despite having balancer, so only one swing at a time. Neutral is a a mostly horizontal, low swing. Yeah. A lot of Federation downswings go much more vertical, which can be very handy, especially in space. Left. Yeah, left is left. Right. And downswing is a lunge. Not bad. All right, let's take a look at the INCOMs. Lock onto the Zoc. And... okay, about 3 rounds shots for about 5,000 damage total. We're going to kill this Zoc and move on to the next one. And we're going to do that. And the first thing we're going to do when we get over there is... okay, the backpack INCOMs cannot be fired while... cannot be locked while boosting. Which means they won't fire while boosting either. See? But let's take a look at their damage. 1260, 1260, but only 2 shots. Now, the advantage of that, and let's check the handguns real quick on the boost firing while boosting count. Nope, they do not lock or fire while boosting either. So, kind of a shame, but good to know. Yep, nothing. Okay, so now the thing I'm thinking about here is I'm pretty sure, yeah, you can fire your handguns while the backpack INCOMs are going. Next, I'm going to check. I was between check and test, and I was going to end up with chest. One way or another, I was going to end up with chest. Okay, hands on. Other INCOMs on. Yes, you can have both sets of INCOMs going at once. I feel like if you want for maximum, like, overwhelming of an enemy, starting with the hands and moving to the backpack INCOMs is the best bet, because the hand INCOMs get 3 shots as opposed to the backpacks 2, so that should keep both going at the same time. Yeah, like that. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, while we're waiting for things to recharge, and then we'll check out the overload skills, we're going to just take a look at the boost efficiency. Yeah, see what I mean? Like, 2 different side steps during a boost, and your forced injectors have overheated your there's a word for those things. Thrusters. I actually have the air conditioner in the next room on and the fan blowing on me. Hopefully that's not making too much noise, but I'll take my chances because it's really damn hot. And yeah, and my brain is still melting. It's great weather. Love this weather. It's only July, August. You know, I'm superstitious about August to begin with, and a really hot August gonna be a problem. But all right, let's see how long overload can keep everything going. Locking again, of course. Okay, actually, yeah, apparently you only send out 1 handgun, so you can use 1 handgun while the other one is incoming. That's pretty, so yeah, that means I'm gonna have to wait a long time for everything to come back up. But when I do, I want to test that before we do a little bit of live fire practice with this and see if I can make anything of it. Because, yeah, I am pretty sure... yeah, let's see how long this takes. But I am pretty sure you're going to be able to have both sets of INCOMs going and fire the handgun. And I don't think there's much of anything in the in terms of playable mobile suits that you will not stun with that combo. Also, I just remembered, we while we're waiting on the weapons to come back up, which they're almost there, we need to look at the counter. Okay, I like the counter. And yeah, they do have words, Rob. Thumbs on each side of those handguns. It's like the Power of the Primes version of the combiner hands. They're made so they can go on either side, which means you either have to accept that they have weird hands or just fold one thumb away to where nobody's going to see. All right, so let's try this. Let's see how well this works. We will start with hands, INCOMs, hand. Yes, you can attack with everything at once. That's pretty great. I like that. So yeah, honest to God, all range attack. Okay, about 3,000 on a fellow support with that beam saber. Boy, did that S whistle. Wow. Let's see. Yeah, I want to try a downswing on the Gundam real quick just to see what type advantage does to that, but 3161. I have a feeling the Gundam may have a problem. Well, the Gundam, as a general, probably has higher melee defense than the Zoc, so that's why they're relatively similar. All right, AI on. Let's see how long I can stay alive with this. Hands up. INCOM's up. And, yeah, and I can go to melee while all my various hands are firing, too. And everything's overheated except the main gun. That's okay, at least for once. I wish it had resist move, I'll be honest, but, you know, nobody's perfect. Oop, yep. Mind reader tackles, it is the computer. But that's okay, we have a much safer way of doing this. And there we go. Alright. Now, what do we got? Let's work on this Zoc. Hands. Not Vulcans. INCOMs. More hands. Downswing. Yeah, so this is going to be a pretty versatile machine in the end, I think. So, INCOMs. And while the INCOMs fight that Zoc, I'll fight this one. Well, one swing, because again, no combo controller. Let's see. Okay, well, the tackle knocked it over. The melee killed it. And... Alright. Hand out. Oops, didn't get it. Didn't get the lock. There we go. Lock. Lock. Beams, beams, beams. And melee. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, so this... It's... I don't think... It's... To be honest, I don't know if it's going to be as versatile as a level 2 Woundwort, but it does have... Well, it can bring an awful lot of firepower to bear, and remember the damage numbers I'm getting are based on having absolutely no parts on this, because I like to just take the stock suit into these things. And get away. Okay, lock. Lock. Didn't get the second lock off. There we go. And beams, beams. Stopped it before it... Oops, yeah, that is very linear. Got it in the tackle. Yeah, I like that tackle animation. That's great. Beams. 1768, not bad. And let's just hit it with everything and fall over. Yeah, I'm having a little trouble with the lock-on times on this. That's a me problem. I'm used to things with faster lock-ons, especially at critical health. But let's try using Overload on a relatively fresh Gundam here, or something else similar, and we'll give that a look, and then we will call this video. But yeah, I like this. I'm glad I got it. I am going to take some time tonight and try and get around with it, but we will see what happens. All right, go. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to try and fight a fresh Gundam with Overload, see how it does. Beams, 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 miss the beams, and got it. Okay, yeah, we'll wait for the fresh Gundam. I think, unless that Zoc is coming to get me, in which case I think we will have to engage the Zoc with the engage. Yep, that is what is happening. All right, let's try it. Okay, got it. Got it. Got it. Got that. No, I didn't. Okay, but... Let's see. Unfortunately, Overload does not speed up charge time, which is a shame. Not, not insurmountable. Okay, but I think it does make the gun fire faster. Am I right? No, it's the same speed, but it's a pretty good gun, so... And now, yeah, now I have nothing but my Vulcans and my Beam Saber. Let's see how long I can last against this gun in that state. Well, stunned it. Got that. And... missed. Yeah, as you can see, that is a long overheat. So it is... Well, I stopped it, so... Gotcha. And... yeah, almost ready to fire guns again. And guns. Almost. Ah. Yeah, it did mind reader tackle that the AI likes so much. Like, speaking of, I'm assuming that, with its 6 fingers and 2 thumbs, the Engage Zero INCOM is pretty much the official mobile suit of AI art. But, okay. Clock. But yeah, I like this. Like I said, I'm hoping to get around with it. I'll give it my best, but for now, that is the test drive. Hope if I've forgotten anything, please hit me up, and I will try to answer any questions anybody has. And that is going to do it for now. Until next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later. Was hoping this would line up for the Pierce. Didn't quite. Oh well.